Motorbike Accident Law Formula 600's first up. Steve's on the grid.
Number 94 is on pole position for the first race of the day, the Motorbike Accident Law Formula 600 here at Mallory Park. Slightly breezy, but all in all, a pretty good day for October. Ben Field, look at that, the number one is on the bike. He is the new champion. There are plenty of riders, including Hegarty and Sproston, to look out for, Robin. Should be an interesting race.
Yeah, thanks very much, Steve. Yes, Dan Hegarty, Craig Sproston there completing that front row. Tom McHale, Mike Horbury, Max Simmons, young Max Simmons and Chris Wilkinson on the second row. So many riders with so much to go for, and away, oh goodness me, there's a few bucking Broncos there at the start, half a dozen of them with the front wheels pouring the air, but from the outside of that front row, it is from pole position Sam Hornsey that gets the line first into Gerrard's, and well, side by side as they exit there, Steve.
Yes, Sam Hornsey coming over from the British Championship. He's a regular visitor to Thundersport GB every now and again, and there he is taking the lead ahead of Ben Field. That's Dan Hegarty in third place. No Richard McNeil here. He wrapped up the runners-up spot back at Alton Park, and he's sitting at home watching from Northern Ireland, and he'll be back next year, I'm sure. But it's the turn of Ben Field to really relax with the number one plate and see if he can keep up with Sam Hornsey, who has been very quick so far this weekend.
Yeah, great opportunity for Ben to measure himself against the regular British Championship runners. Dan Hegarty on that number 8 Yamaha there, tucked in third place. Dan is going particularly well round Mallory Park, very quick indeed, and easily capable of running up the front, but Sam Hornsey with the advantage at the moment.
Fourth place is Craig Sproston, number 16, his final 2 races of his career this weekend here at Mallory Park. He's ex-British champion. He's got well, he's plenty of years of racing, but this the final time he'll be racing. So he's in fourth position there, just ahead of Tom McHale, who had a superb Alton Park last time out in the wet.
Yes, and it's turned out to be a real revelation as far as running up the front's concerned over the last half of this season. We're just expecting to see Tom up there now, and he's been racing really well. Look at this, Ben Field trying around the outside into Gerrard's, just lining up Sam Hornsey there. There's Tom McHale in fifth place, getting a pretty good view of this, but up the front, well, the leaders at it like knives, and it is young Ben Field, the new champion, who takes over at the front, Steve.
Yeah, both of these riders here at the front are going to be contesting the British Supersport Championship next year, so as you said, it is a great chance for Ben to measure himself against Sam Hornsey. Dan Hegarty doing very well to hold on to the leading duo in third. Craig Sproston hanging in there in fourth. Keep an eye out for number 66, also James East, who started from the back of the grid, making good progress.
Yep, James East, who has had a busy weekend actually, because he's contested the Bike Sport News Superstock 600s as well. But up the front, these 4 are having a lovely battle, and Tom McHale not far off the pace behind them. A little further back, I could see a lot of the youngsters coming through. Kyle Wilkes doing well, just getting to the head of that midfield pack, and young Max Simmons as well, Steve, who has spent a substantial part of this year as a pretty super team rider.
Yeah, it's only his third ever meeting on a 600, and he's faring very well indeed. You mentioned the Superstock 600s. Those of you that have tuned in here to Modus TV to watch that championship, a great climax to it. That will be on our separate Thundersport Plus half-an-hour programme coming to you soon on Modus TV, so keep your eyes out for that. Later on, of course, we have the GP1 Championship, 3 riders going for that, but at the moment here, it's a race for pride. The champion, Ben Field, up against Sam Hornsey. Hegarty still hanging on in there in third, and there is Craig Sproston. And fourth place here should pretty much guarantee him third place in the championship for 2011.
Yes, and a very well-deserved result too in his final season of racing. Ben Field, though, much nearer the beginning of his career. Of course, it's so hard to see him with that number 1 plate on, Steve, to remember that last year was Ben Field's rookie year in racing, his first ever year.
Yeah, his first ever year, and look at this, the following year, he's the champion, and Sam Hornsey going up the inside, but just running a little bit wide. So Ben Field retakes the lead of this first race the MAL Formula 600s, and as they come across the line here, you just get the impression that Sam Hornsey's getting a little bit hungry and desperate to just get out ahead. He's been posting some very quick lap times all weekend, and Benfield is doing a fine job here up ahead.
Yep, young Ben from Kings Heath in Birmingham, and very pleased he was indeed, as you'd expect, and excited to have wrapped up the championship back at Alton Park, because this has been another toughie this year, Steve. We've had any amount of different race winners, and really there's half a dozen of them who genuinely could have had a hand on the trophy at some stage in the season.
Mike Horbury there, just looking like he's about to retire, running on through Edwina's, and is he going to call it a day? No, he rejoins the circuit.
Yes, he had to look at some of the pit lane entrance here at Mallory. He's only just a little way beyond there, isn't it? I think he was, that's probably a retirement for Mike.
Certainly looks like it, as we focus now on the leaders, just coming up towards one of the tail enders, and it's Sam Hornsey that leads now from Benfield, but he can't, well, he's not going to shake him off, is he? That's for sure. Their lap times exactly the same on that last lap.
Well, they're getting in amongst the back markers now, and it's meant that the two at the front really have dragged themselves away from their pursuers. Hegarty and Sproston have fallen back towards the pack, and it's unabated speed as far as Sam Hornsey and Benfield are concerned at the front. They really are just disappearing up country now, the two of them. Very evenly matched, as you say, and frankly, in terms of winner, I don't think we've got to look anywhere else, Steve.
Benfield looking to try and get in the slipstream there of Sam Hornsey as they come across the line. The checkered flag's out, and he's not going to have enough in the bag there. It is a win for Sam Hornsey.
Beautifully done. Well, Benfield giving it beans at the end, but Sam the win. From Ben, Dan Hegarty picked up third, Craig Sproston an excellent fourth, James East fifth, and Tom McHale sixth. And there we see Sam Hornsey in between the champion Benfield and Dan Hegarty.
Winner of that race, Sam Hornsey. Sam, welcome back to the paddock. You had your work cut out there. A great race between yourself and Benfield.
Yes, I've always had a good few battles with Ben, even when he did the wild card at BSB at Donington. Got a lot of respect for the lad, and he did a good race, but just had the edge on him at the end. Back markers came into favour, but as you say, that's racing. And I'd like to say thank you to my mum and dad and Ricky Leddy and everyone at Thundersport for putting on this event.
Well done to you, Sam, and we'll look out for you in race 2.
Cheers.